Okay, here's a Conspiracy Friday extra. It's to make up for Random Game Wednesday, because I didn't like make a video for it, and I cannot make 2 Random Game Wednesdays video, or that would be taking an hour. That's too much time. By the way, that screen recording was my Sunday animation video. Okay, it just time me to complete. Now we need to continue with Flat Earth Moon with Multit0mt0m.
This is due to the heat and pressure from underground, and it boils the mud on the surface. The exact same phenomena is happening on the moon.
Okay, you're as inconsistent as a non-Newtonian fluid with its hardness. You're very inconsistent with your points. You just said the moon is plasma. Do you even know what plasma is? It's basically ionized gas. Mud is a liquid. Sort of. Okay? Be consistent. Liquid does not equal fluid. Liquid does not equal plasma.
When it is at the waxing stage, it's just like a skin that has boils on it.
Wow. What? What did you just say, sir? So it's following a strategic phase every day? No, mud boils are random.
And the craters, some people say the craters cast shadows on the moon. This is true to an extent, because as I've said, the light from within is shining out from inside out, and once it passes the crater, obviously
Never heard so much rubbish.
it's going to cast a shadow.
It might cause a slight shadow, but if it's a plasma, which is basically very hot gas, ionized gas, it's not going to cause a shadow that big. Do you know why it does that? Because it's solid. You know why it makes a shadow on the crater? Because it's solid.
There are no craters on the moon.
There are craters on the moon, but on this Earth, there is a Multit0mt0m who is claiming that there are no craters on the moon. Like, wow. I just feel like what Fight the Flat Earth would say about this Multit0mt0m's video. He'll probably say, you're so dense, I'm surprised I haven't made a crater on the Earth. But I'm not Fight the Flat Earth here, I'm Monster does stuff with this Conspiracy Friday.
Nor can you walk on the moon.
But you can walk on the moon. Do you have any evidence for that? I have evidence. The footage that we've gone to the moon, that's my evidence, man. And if you try to debunk the footage, I'll debunk you because the footage is real. But do you have any evidence that we haven't walked on the moon? No.
Look at this cartoon image of a lunar phase, and they're trying to tell us that this is what happens during one whole month.
Keyword here is being cartoon, meaning this is not 100% accurate. Okay? Because it's 2D. Okay? Because usually cartoons are 2D. It's not a 3D cartoon, so it's not accurate. For example here, the new moon does not actually look like this. It looks like it from here, from our eyes, because all we see is black, because of the moon's shadow. But here, it's like one side is actually lit up. The side that we cannot see is lit up, But they're trying to demonstrate the moon phases, so they had no choice but to put like a full black moon.
I said earlier that the moon does not reflect sunlight. So how does the moon phases work? It is.
Let me tell you how they work. It does reflect sunlight, okay? But one side of the moon is facing the sun, the other side has no light. So that's how a new moon is made, okay? But as it orbits around the Earth, the sun rays head at different angles, so you are able to see some of the moon, because the moon, it rotates as it spins around the Earth. 28 Earth days is one moon day, because it's tidally locked. Here, I explain moon phases for you. Are happy now?
Simply the charging and discharging of the moon's energy. Waxing is when the moon charges itself, and waning is when it discharges its energy.
Oh my god. Do you know what discharging means? It means sending away. So this plasma thing is sending its energy away where? To us. I'm sorry I sound bored. Just to make rubbish points.
This process is a 30-day cycle. 50 days for charging or waxing, and another 15 days for waning or discharging. All the ancient cultures used the moon as a calendar, and believe it or not,
yeah, I mean the Islamic calendar does use it to like tell the new month starts and the old month starts, when a new month is starting and a month is ending.
They knew more about our world than we do in the 21st century.
Yes, do you know why? Because they had no flat earthers. Here, we do have flat earthers. That way there's more knowledge. Did you know, Multit0mt0m, that by the time there's medieval, there were 0 flat earthers? 0, okay? And by the time these calendars were made, there were 0 flat earthers. Flat earthers only popped up in the 1800s because science was getting more and more advanced, and these people missed observational science. Okay, so they made books about the Earth is flat. Okay, it's a 200-year-old conspiracy theory, and probably got amplified when the government leaked some documents about the Vietnam War and stuff. So, yeah, they knew more about the world because they were not flat earthers. Yeah, but they also didn't know more about the world as we do today, as we can observe telescopes that are very accurate.
And just like the sun, the moon also moves in a sine wave kind of function. It goes up and down on a nightly basis. And look at this ludicrous image trying to show.
Hold up, okay? I've heard what you flat earthers say, that the sun and moon orbits around each other above the sky, now you're saying up and down. You're all inventing your own beliefs, my man.
A lunar eclipse. They use fancy words like umbra and penumbra. As it,
because we are using these words, because each like separate part of the word means something.
that will
To fit what is actually happening.
prove their bullshit theory. The sun, the moon.
Dude, you are using word salad and not knowing what it means to prove your point. Okay, you said that it's like boiling while you said it was plasma. I am starting to doubt you know what plasma is.
The moon and the earth do not ever line up like this.
Except they do. But did you have evidence? No. Do we have evidence? Yes. Okay? Why don't you explain lunar eclipses for us? Okay? We'll wait, huh? Here's my explanation. Okay? The water is reflected in 7 colors, right, from the sun. Okay? And since the moon is behind us, the colors get reflected. That's why they could be red moon. Okay, that's my explanation. What is your explanation for lunar eclipse? Let's see.
Because there is no heliocentric model. The lunar
The arrogance is unreal.
eclipse is not an eclipse at all, but simply the moon resetting itself. It's resetting its energy.
What is the moon? Some iPad? Some iPad? Like, what you're describing it is like some sort of device.
If you observe the moon over a period of time, then you will know that everything about the moon is cyclic. Once you know its cycles, then you can predict its future. You can predict what the moon will do in the future. This is very simple. This is how the ancient people knew how to figure out future eclipses. No pseudoscientific, no.
They couldn't figure out when was the next eclipse. Okay, they used the moon to figure out the calendars. You're just making stuff up.
Science fiction fantasy explanation is required.
Okay, then stop giving me a pseudoscience, fantasy explanation of why there's the moon. Okay, because that's what you're doing.
Also, the Earth's shadow does not fall on the moon. That is an absurd claim.
Your whole channel is an absolute claim.
The moon is a negative energy to the sun's positive.
The one they're attracting each other.
Everything on flat Earth can be explained with logic, reason, and common sense.
I think you might have misspelled there. You said flat Earth. I'm Benjamin. It's round Earth. Okay, that's the end of this. That's the end of that video. But he uploaded a new video called Sunrises and Sunset for Idiots. So we're going to be covering that also. Okay. Okay, this is going to be like 2 videos, 2 Conspiracy Friday extras to also make up for the lack of Reddit Saturday. For the lack of Any Game Tuesday, it's just 2 Any Game Tuesdays at 1. I can do that. So I'll be back with you with it. Okay? Bye. This is the end of this video. Covering that debunking Sunrise and Sunset is the next video.